He's been counting the days. Not out loud, but you can see it in the way he talks about retirement. The way he casually waves away financial planning, brushing off debt like dust on his shoulder. My father isn't reckless, at least not in the way people think. He's just sure of one thing. When his parents pass, he'll be a millionaire. That's the part that keeps me up at night, because I know something he doesn't. He won't be. My dad is getting exactly $50,000. That's it. The rest? Every last dollar, every trust, every property, every investment. It's all coming to me. And I haven't told him. He thinks he has time. Thinks he has money he hasn't even seen yet. And every decision he makes, every debt he takes on, every skipped retirement payment is built on a foundation that doesn't exist. It's a lie. One that I didn't create, but one that I'm now holding. And it's starting to burn. When I was 16, I lost my mom. Cancer. Quick, cruel, unrelenting. One moment she was vibrant and laughing in the kitchen. The next, just gone. My dad shattered. I don't blame him for that. None of us handled it well. But where I went inward, he went looking for something to fill the void. 2 years later, he found her. My stepmother. To say she didn't get a warm welcome would be generous. My grandparents, my dad's parents, despised her from the start. Said she was loud, rude, a gold digger. I don't think they ever gave her a real chance. And honestly, I didn't either. Something about her just felt off. The way she talked about money, about what they could do once the inheritance came through. Even as a teenager, I could feel it. That hunger in her voice, that entitlement. Like she already saw herself with the keys to my grandparents' estate. Eventually, I moved out. Not with roommates, not into a dorm. I moved in with my grandparents. They welcomed me like I was their own child, gave me space, gave me structure, and, maybe without meaning to, they gave me a side to choose, and I chose it. It wasn't long before the lines were drawn. My father and stepmother built their own little unit, and then the half-siblings came along. Cute, noisy, wide-eyed. But the tension didn't ease. If anything, it deepened. My grandparents never warmed up to my dad's new family. They didn't come to birthdays. They didn't send Christmas gifts to the kids. And while I didn't agree with that, I also didn't speak up. I stayed quiet and close, closer than anyone else. So when my grandparents brought me into the study last Saturday and showed me the paperwork, I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was. I stared at the will like it was written in another language. Every line more surreal than the last. The majority of the estate, millions in stocks and assets and trusts, was coming to me. My father, $50,000. Just enough so he couldn't contest it in court. And then came the words that chilled me more than anything else. We want you to promise, do not give him a cent. I froze, not just because of the weight of the inheritance, but because of the weight of that promise. They were making me the executioner, the shield, the line between what they built and the man they raised. I nodded. What else was I supposed to do? Now I walk through each day pretending like I don't know the ground beneath my father is collapsing. He talks to me about his plans, about what he'll do after he gets the money. He jokes about buying property, about paying off the house, about taking my siblings to Europe. And I smile, and I say nothing. I've learned he's in debt, deep debt. He's stopped contributing to his retirement. He's spending money like it's monopoly cash because he thinks he's already rich. And all I can think is, he's not. He's never going to be. And when that day comes, when he's standing in a lawyer's office with the will open on the table, he's going to look at me like I stabbed him in the back. Even though I never wrote the will, even though I didn't ask for this, he's going to see me as the one who took it from him. And maybe he'll be right. Because silence is a kind of betrayal too, isn't it? I've gone back and forth in my mind. Should I tell him? Should I sit him down and say, hey, maybe don't bank your future on an inheritance that's not coming your way? But then I think about my grandparents, about the trust they placed in me, about the promise I made, about how fragile they are now, how little time they have left. I think about the years they spent building that wealth, and the pain they carry about how my father turned out. I think about the bitter resentment they still feel toward my stepmother. And then I picture my father's reaction if I broke that trust. The phone calls, the anger, the manipulation, the begging. And I think, maybe it's not my place. Maybe this is between him and his parents. Except, they're not going to be here when the truth hits. I am. I'll be the one left holding the money and the fallout. I'll be the one he blames. The one the half-siblings grow up to resent. The one accused of betrayal, of greed, of sabotage. I didn't ask for this, but it's mine now. And it's starting to feel like a curse. I know what people will say. He shouldn't have counted on it. He's an adult. He should be responsible for his own finances. It's not your job to save him. All true. But he's also my dad. He held me when my mom died. He tried to piece together a life from ashes. He did what he thought was best. Maybe not perfectly. Maybe not even well. But he didn't walk away. He could have, but he didn't. So now, I'm sitting with this weight, a future secured by money that might destroy the only relationship I have left with my father. And no matter which choice I make, tell him and betray my grandparents, or stay silent and watch my father fall, I lose. So, am I the asshole? This one sits heavy, not because of the money, but because of what it costs. A broken family, a lost mother, a fractured father-son bond, barely holding on by threads of polite conversation. And at the center, a promise, written in ink, sealed with silence. It's easy to say, don't count your chickens before they hatch. But when those chickens are your parents, when that nest egg is the thing your whole life is balanced on, it stops being about greed. It starts being about hope, about survival. This story reminds us of something uncomfortable. Inheritance isn't just about money. It's about legacy, pain, control, and the way love can get tangled up in expectations no one ever spoke out loud. So now we ask you, our vault of moral witnesses, what would you do? Would you keep the secret? Or would you break the silence to save someone from himself? Let us know in the comments, because this isn't just a story about a will. It's a story about choice. And sometimes, the hardest one is silence. This is AITA Story Vault. We'll see you in the next confession.